Okay, so now you have $2.5 million
Yep.
of his money.
Yep.
You go to the casinos, and what happens next?
Well, let's just put, it wasn't just that easy. When he brought the $2.5 million, I told him, I don't want to do this. He said, no, you're going to do it. I said, I don't want to do it. And he went on kind of trying to pressure me. And then at one point he said, look, you're going to do this. I said, dude, you know what? I don't want to do this now. I don't like somebody telling me what to do. I'm not going to do it. He goes, no. You're going to do it because we know where your wife lives. We know where you're at. You want me to tell you what she's wearing? You better do it. I said, oh, now you're going to threaten me? He goes, just do it. Just do what you did last time. So he said, I have people at the casino. I have people at customs. I have people at this hotel. You're never going to get out of here. Just do what I asked you to do.
Okay, so he's threatening you at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I said to myself, okay, I'm looking at him. He's in my room. I'm thinking, okay, he's about 20 some years younger than me. I'm a pretty tough guy, could take care of myself. But what happens if he knows people here and they get me arrested? I don't know anybody here. All I know is the guy that's the Fox News reporter. I don't know where he's at. He's out off gambling somewhere at the casino. So I said, what should I do? Okay, I'll let him think that I'm going to do his beck and call. I said, okay. He said, take the money. I said, okay, I'll take the money. Took the money. I called for a taxi, and I put 2 giant suitcases with $2.5 million in a taxi, drove to the Star Casino, deposited the $2.5 million. And then I said, okay, I'm going to leave this up to the gambling gods. If God wants me to do this, I'm going to do it. Meanwhile, I'm calling Rick Leventhal the whole time. He's busy playing poker, blackjack, blowing tens of thousands of dollars, and I can't find him. And then I started playing. So I was able to bet, I think, 3 hands at 20,000. I think I don't know if it was yours. Yeah, I think it was yours. Your podcast where he said I was betting 90,000, 3 spots.
My personal trainer is going to ask the pit boss right now, because he knew the pit boss at this hotel, at this Star Casino, if this money was really even played. Because now we're thinking there's something shady's going on. Like, this guy robbed me. Maybe he made a deal with the pit boss. We don't know, right? So he comes back. He says the pit boss says he played it and he lost. He was playing $90,000 a hand. And
$90,000 a hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 hands at a time.
So $270,000 a hand.
Yes.
Okay.
That's bullshit. There's no casino on the planet that you could bet 90,000 a hand, 3 spots. The most you can bet as a high roller, which was, I'm one of the guys that they let bet this, was 50,000 a spot, 3 spots. But that's rare condition. You got to post 3, 4, 5 million to get those kind of limits. So there was no 3 at 90,000. That's bullshit. Now, with splits and doubles, there was more than that. Mm-hmm. Like more than 20,000, maybe 40,000 or 6. But there was no 90,000, because I remember you saying 270,000 a hand. It's easy to blow, $2.5 million. That's bullshit. It wasn't that easy.
Well, let me ask you a question. You show up to a casino with $2.5 million in cash. Nobody raises an eyebrow at that point?
Well, apparently they did, from what I hear in the documentary. But for me, they didn't, because I'm a known gambler. I'm a known gambler that's gone, that's gone in with millions and millions of dollars in multiple casinos all over the place.
Okay, so you leave it up to the gambling gods. You're playing 60,000 a hand, essentially?
Yeah, 3 spots, 20,000 each hand.
Right, exactly. So you're playing 60,000 at a time.
Roughly, yeah.
And you lose it all.
All of it, 2.5, gone.
How do you feel when you're down to the last, 100,000, 50,000, knowing you're down to 2.4 million at that point?
As a gambler that's been there before, you always believe that you could get it back, always.
Really?
Yeah, because I've been, when I first started playing, I took $5,000 when my mom passed. I took $5,000 and won over 10 million in about a little over a year. So I've been down to my last hand with all the money in life, 160 times in that year. So I just call it stupid or whatever you want to call it, but I believe that there's always a chance of coming back, because all you need is that run. The bad run that you just had, you could have another run that's good and just get it back. Because I've been in those runs. So I just thought, okay, I'll win it back. Even at the last hand, I'm thinking, okay, I'll win this hand and we'll keep going. But at the time, you know, when it actually evaporated to nothing, then I'm like, oh shit, what am I going to do now?